Topic number 3, information and strategy. So of course, information now is is very strategic. Yeah, because bring together the aim of the company, understanding of the information, and also implementation system to provide the information. So basically, the role of information system, even in fact, this one is like 1989, like already like 30 years ago. But I think now 40 years ago, but now I think has already grown into the embedded into our society. That information playing a critical role. And of course, something that we also need to know that the essential of the planning process in the mind of decision makers, how the user and developer also approach in developing a system. That's also very important. So the challenges, some of the challenges that information architect may face, politics. So politics something that we cannot avoid, but we can maneuver. So we are trying to, if possible, that don't run away as far as possible. If really cannot run that far, we just need to maneuver with the current political situation in our office. And governance is very important because we can't run the information architect efficiently without the governance. So everybody have to follow the rule, the guideline that being set by the architects. And of course, data availability is very important. So we need to know when the data should be available. If not available, what should we do? So we have a plan B. And regulatory as well, so that we don't get involved or implicated with the so-called regulatory fine or warning. Of course, sharing across department, business unit, and partners is also very important. How do we keep the privacy about the data? Because I think the data privacy now also the big topics in the last 5 years. So we need to make sure that the information architect also need to be familiar and understand the constraint. And of course, the resources that we have. And and many people said, I don't want to change. We have always done it this way. So these are something information architect also need to justify, need to educate the user how we can avoid so-called major shifting in terms of what they do, so we can do a gradual incremental transformation instead of the sudden transformation. The cost when information error or not available. So this is some of the, I think we know about this mistake lah. There are many mistakes. In fact, a couple years ago, even I think quite a number of the e-commerce website, they put the wrong pricing. But however, most of the situation that I come to know in the so-called newspaper, they honor that the particular person who order the particular price. Of course, company lose money because someone that didn't put the right information in terms of the pricing. So you buy and actually the pricing is, you just missing 1 0. 1 0 is between 100 and 1000, right? Missing 1 digit. And yeah, somebody have to pay the price. But yeah, so it's quite embarrassing. And in some instance that when the information got error, can cause death. So this is serious. The machine may cause, head wire and cause a fatality. Of course, like nuclear meltdown, loss at sale and loss productivity. I think I mentioned about that. And these are some of the so-called statistics that cost company 2,700 per user per year. So these are something of we cannot get the information, so we've been waiting for the data to be available. So that's why it's very critical now for an organization to have a so-called the proper information architecture team and the governance, scope, roles and responsibilities, so that they can be accountable to make sure that the information in the proper orderly manner. So of course, it's very important to understand the business context because information is the core of all decision in the business. So we need to know empower facts, not guesses or assumptions. So we need to know the fact finding. So that's why we need to get the data. We need to do market research, perhaps logistic or advertising, inventory, quantity, location, and also the processes, procedural, intellectual property is very important because we need to protect our intellectual property. Yeah, imagine if you remove all the information from a company, what is left? Nothing, unless you are the factories. Factory also got machinery. Machinery also need so-called the sales team, marketing data to maintain, to order. So everything need information. But so far in the last, I would say 30 years, we have not been looking into the connecting the information properly because we are just looking at the implementing a system. So we get a new database, create a new table, and etc. So now is the time for us to do stock taking, for us to do so-called integration. So the benefit of information strategy, basically it's forcing us to think outside the box in terms of the efficiency, growth, and creativity. We need to look at embracing the change, and of course leveraging existing asset, and maximize the reuse of information. This is very, very important. That's why yeah, the information architecture one of the so-called important, I would say quite significantly important today for an organization to have the team or someone to look into this. Yeah. When implementing information as a strategy, we are basically create an opportunity to in terms of the scale and the time, and then looking at the appropriate scale and time spent for the task at hand. So we are looking at the competitive advantage and sustainability, because we know exactly what information we have, what are our competitor information we have, what are the industry information that we can have. Yeah, in terms of the scale, segmentation, availability, and cost, understand impact analysis. We need to have some sort like digital enterprise map for traceability. And of course, the most important part is be realistic, not optimistic, because we cannot just pray hard, but we also need to think on the what exactly we have and what are the limitations and what we can do, say, in the short term. So going where you currently are, the checkpoint basically is looking at the list below. The greater the level of an agreement, if you say very strongly agree, then the better your organization in managing information strategy. Okay, a comprehensive information strategy that has been developed for this organization, right? Whether your rating is the strongly agree, of course, you strongly agree, then you are good. A wide variety of senior and middle managers, as well as professionals from both information and non-information function, actively participate in strategy development session. So if you are your organization are so-called strongly agree on this, then and you have seen that you have done this, then you are good. In designing our information strategy, those in charge clearly articulated the difference between technology and information. If someone can differentiate this, and yeah, you are in the good shape. One or more senior managers is responsible for implementing the information strategy. So if more people except than you can do the information strategy, that's a good news. Of course, last but not least is about our information strategy is easy to understand and take a position on key information issue in the organization. So someone basically, you can see here, the important to have the information strategy, because information strategy is where you can gather, you can position, you can provide the information in a timely manner. So some of the business quick win with information strategy is that you can manage your brand and reputation, because what happened is that you will have a direct impact if your information is being compromised or customer data gets stolen. Your brand and reputation also will be impacted. I think recently last week got another big company got stolen all their data, customer data. So this also will impact their brand and reputation. Of course, improving your processes and the procedures are very, very important. Maximizing return on your investment also very, very key. So we need to make sure that we have information strategy in place. And of course, contributing to product evolution that works. So we are looking about what is the life cycle of our product, our customer buying pattern, and etc. So of course, there are many other quick wins that we can think through about information strategy. So in summary, about information strategy is that aligning to the business with informational needs and goals are very, very important. And of course, aligning information with the system, which will be delivered through, also very, very important. So we make sure that our technology are capable to support our information processing needs. Of course, we need to be clear, concise, easily understood, and information itself being utilized and documented. And of course, available in terms of the to various parties, rather than vacuum. So basically is that we know the certain key stakeholders, certain user that will be using our information. And the good news is that there is no single right way. So basically is that we cannot say that I've done it this way, the next you follow another people company, but everything is an art. So an art is where we need to adapt. That's why we need to have the right skill set so that we can adapt accordingly. So my last topic is about relating information to value, because this is, I think, very, very key. Today, in fact, I don't know how many of you received the email that someone trying to sell the, the data about this particular client, conference, etc. So I often receive this type of email, and they are charging between 50 cents to a few dollars, but actually it's illegal. But we can't really stop this, but yeah, because they got the data and they know that someone may need that information, so they're trying to sell. So obviously this one is that information is valuable, then people willing to buy the information. Like for instance, that if you want to even like the investment, if you know certain thing that is even rumors, etc., you jump into it, then if really become true, then you can make money. So information is now can also be traded as like currency or oil. Definition of value and information. So value is the worth of something in terms of the amount of other things for which it can be exchanged, or in terms of some medium of exchange. So the information is the knowledge communicated or received concerning a particular fact or circumstances. So basically is that both have desirability and of course got intrinsic excellence and value. So three sets of information. First, of course, they got the raw data. So raw data basically is that has not been processed, so only a list of the field or information. Then the second one is information realized as available. So this one is already formatted, so the data can be turned as information. And the next one is the knowledge. Eventually, the knowledge is gleaned and value created. So gleaning process is basically takes time. You get incrementals. You're like connecting the dot. So at the end, you can make a strategic decision making. Of course, like today context that we can put the AI. Once you have the clean data that are connected, you can put artificial intelligence to churn out the data to make it, like machine learning or cognitive computing and etc. So value of information. So basically, it has multipliers in terms of the time, and then the quality, accuracy, as well as respect and proven expertise in the domain. So this is where the channel of the value of information. And in terms of the processing, so basically we need to know cost to store and make available for consumption, because the information need to be protected. So we cannot just put it into the database. We need to protect by encryption, by backup, by secure transaction. And of course, cost to transpose into usable format or structure. So you may need to turn it into the cube, into the data mart, into the data warehouse. And after that, cost to collect and analyze, where we need to do a so-called artificial intelligence, as well as all coming up with the dashboard charting, and cost saving generated. So in terms of the looking of the when we can purchase, when we can keep, when we can purge the particular data. So in terms of the relevancy, we are looking at the quality and context, especially to the direct consumer. And of course, for the business itself, in terms like problem resolution, decision making, and of course structure and format for the presentation. For the exclusivity, basically is that maybe a restricted access, that only a certain people can access that information. And various channel you can distribute via a digital way, or printed in a book, and verbally in person. But nowadays, I think less people are printing in a book. So either you go into the mobile device with the encryption and etc. So selecting information valuation method. This actually the Gartner slide. So you can you can learn more from the Gartner if you want to deep dive further. But one thing that I want to highlight is that here is looking at the on the left hand side, looking at the foundational measures. On the right hand side, looking at the financial measure. So let me just highlight to you on the foundational measure first. So talking about intrinsic value, how correct, complete, and exclusive is this data? So this is basically something that we need to answer. In terms of the business value, how good and relevant is this data for specific purpose? So can business make a decision out of that? And performance value, how does this data affect our key business driver? So we need to look at this type of so-called checklist when we come up with the information value. Then in terms of the financial measures about the cost value, what would it cost us if we lost this data? So can you afford? If someone steal our data, what would the cost to the organization? Okay, in terms of the market value, what good could we get from selling or trading of this data? So you'll not be surprised that people are now is trading the information, right? Like the news, you develop the news and some of the news agency buy from you. Then the next one, of course, economic value. How does this data contribute to our bottom line? So whether if we understand this data, can we fix all our bottom line issue? Of course, as I mentioned just now, you cannot stop. People are buying and selling the information. So we need to be careful in terms of what information can leak out, and we also need to know all the privacy data rule and law in our specific countries. And of course, don't sell yourself out of business. So you think the data is not important, you think again, because most of the actually crime that take place is actually coming from internal stuff. The majority is more from the internal rather than external hacking. And this is something I think you have heard many times. So data is the new oil. So basically now is that if you get the more data and if you can find or match with the buyer, and you can sell that data at a high price. So we need to find it, of course, extract it, refine it, distribute it, and monetize it. Of course, talking about this, we need to be ethical. We need to know the rule. We need to know the regulation that are being regulated in the industry. So relating information to value summary. So basically, information can be exchanged for other information or money. Therefore, it has a value. And value of information depend on its relevant processing and exclusivity from the consumer viewpoints. And of course, value of information is often up for debate, but when used to the fullest potential to make decisions, solve problem, or create opportunity, the value is more easily realized.